How do you actually burn fat with intermittent fasting? I'm going to keep this video super short, straight and simple, to the point so that you can actually start achieving your weight loss goals with intermittent fasting in today's video. The first tip is to not just skip a meal. I know this is a really common thought that you should just skip your first meal with intermittent fasting, but this can actually work against your goals because ultimately this will just be another form of calorie restriction. One of the main reasons why intermittent fasting is so great at utilizing fat as fuel because it allows you to naturally reduce your storing hormone insulin. And just simply skipping a meal will lead you to feeling a lot more hungry and therefore not able to maintain that fasting period anyway. Intermittent fasting is not about eating less, it's about eating less often. So instead of just simply skipping a meal, it's really important that you're also focusing on the types of foods that you're eating within that eating window. Not only making sure those foods make you feel satiated, in other words, not hungry, but also making sure that they mimic those benefits that intermittent fasting provides of keeping insulin levels low. Which brings me to my second tip here, and that's to address your foods first. I know it's really exciting, you want to jump straight into intermittent fasting, but trust me, that's not the way you want to go. If you just start with the fasting period, you are not addressing the food first, and that's going to make using intermittent fasting an uphill battle where you're going to constantly be hungry. This is why with my intermittent fasting programs, I always have people start off with the 7-day intermittent fasting detox. This is where the foods are addressed first to get that stable blood glucose level so that you're able to eat until satiated, able to focus on the types of foods that promote fat burning. That way it makes that transition to intermittent fasting so much more simple. And it can take 3 to 7 days to adjust, but this 3 to 7 day adjustment period is so important in making sure you actually have longevity with your intermittent fasting protocol. And once you do start intermittent fasting, it's really important that you actually start small with your fasting period. If you're like most Americans, you're used to eating every couple of hours or all throughout the day, and going from that to eating within a 4-hour eating window can be quite a jump for most people and go back to that same issue of having increased hunger levels and increased sugar cravings, which ultimately are going to work against your weight loss goal anyway. So by starting small with even just a 12-hour fast or a 14-hour fast, you're still going to be getting that gut rest and lowered insulin response regardless. And then from there, if you find it suits your needs and your lifestyle and your wellness goals, you can always increase your fasting period to 14 or 16 or even 18 hours. But it's also important to note that longer fasting isn't always better. In fact, for some people, sticking with that 14 to 16 hour range is actually going to be better for your long-term weight loss goals. In fact, I have a free quiz that you can take to help determine what your best intermittent fasting schedule will be for your goals. I'll have that link down in the description below so you guys can check that out. Now, in order to address the foods first, I highly recommend that you check out my 3-minute video on how you can actually lose belly fat and tap into fat burning with this video next. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-backed information, make sure you subscribe right here for new nutrition and intermittent fasting videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.